Welcome, guys. Welcome back to my podcast. Yeah, we're back at it again. Yeah, I, I'm very, I'm definitely gonna like this topic. Who is worse, Liam or Ridge? Well, I don't know. It's a toss-up. I don't know. They're both really bad in a lot of ways. I think Ridge might take the cake with it, but then I think Liam will. I don't know. So yeah, really, who is worse, Ridge or Liam? Who is the worst character? And so we're gonna go through over this anyway. Yeah, before we do that, please subscribe, turn the notification, click the bell beside you. Anyway, let's talk about it. So, Ridge is not a great character. Let's put it that way. He's not a great character. Hasn't been from the start to the finish. He's been pretty awful. He's gotten better over the years, kind of. Not, not really. I guess, kind of. I think this Ridge is kind of more annoying, but the other Ridge is worse, if that makes any sense. I don't like the new Ridge. I can't stand the new Ridge. I do prefer the other actor that plays the new Ridge, personally. And I think also, character-wise, I think the actor fitted well in his role. I don't think the actor fits... Like, the actor fits pretty well in this role compared to some of the other actors on the show, definitely. But, like, I do prefer the other Ridge over this Ridge. Even though I don't like the other Ridge. Actually, I really don't like Ridge in general. I can't stand Ridge. So we'll go through with Ridge first, and then we'll talk about Liam, because Ridge was before Liam. So Ridge, let's be honest, Ridge is probably worse than Liam when you really think about it. Even though Liam's probably the worst character at the moment, I'd say Ridge is probably worse than Liam. Because at least Liam hasn't sexually assaulted people. And attacked people, like physically attacked a human being. Well, he has, but he hasn't done it much. I love in that one scene, I think it was in 2000, I can't remember what, season 13 or whatever. I was watching an episode, I think Morgan was pregnant with his child at 17. Who the fuck lets their child have sex at 18? I know children are going like, but like, did she just let that happen? I don't blame Stephanie for, you know, this is such a dumb story. This is such a dumb story. Like, does Morgan have, like, parents or something? Like, okay, if she got pregnant at 17, she probably would have had to get an abortion anyway, because she would have been too immature to have a child. So, let's put it out there. So, Stephanie's not in the wrong there. I'm just saying. It's the same conversation. We had the same conversation with bloody about Dylan. Like, Dylan literally sleeping with Jessica. It's the same thing. You don't just sleep with 16, 17-year-olds and you're 20-something. Okay, Ridge wasn't that age, but you get what I mean. It's pretty much a very similar thing. Like, she's probably not mature to have a 17-year-old. And Ridge. You know what Ridge is going to be like. Ridge is very indecisive. He's like, and that stupid scene with Morgan when he finds out. And then, before he finds out, he went to attack her. He puts her on the floor. Like, he has both hands on her. Like, he's fucking looking like he's going to sexually assault her. He doesn't. But he assaults her still. I consider it assault, just touching her and all that. Obviously, when she's told him to back off and that, and he still does it. And then he goes like, "Oh, I didn't assault you." It's like, "What did I ever do to you?" Well, that's what he says. "What do I ever do to you?" Bitch, did you know what you did just 5 seconds ago? Like, literally. He was saying it when he was literally assaulting her. So... And he's not a very great person either, because he cheats on people. So, and he never is considerate. So, why do you think he's gonna? He did the same thing with Brooke when she thought that was Ridge's child. What did he choose? He chose Taylor. So of course he would have gone and done the same thing with Morgan. She's not wrong. Why are everyone disagreeing on Stephanie? Why is everyone not liking Stephanie at this point? And there's some comments like saying like Stephanie probably shouldn't be controlling her, but like he was 17, she was 17, they went to high school. So obviously, like, it's, it's such a stupid story. Yeah. I love, like, did these writers be like, yeah, you Ridge or Ron Moss or whatever the actor's real name is, you go attack this woman or that, but while you're doing it, putting it on the floor and all that, you gotta say, what did I ever do to you? It's like, bitch, why are you making the characters look dumb? Of course they're going to be. Like, why? He's obviously doing something to her right at this second while he's saying that. So, why would you make a character say that? We were talking about, like, a Doorman video, like, Doorman not being bad as, Bold and Beautiful not being as bad as Doorman, but that's like pulling off a Doorman, just saying that. Literally. I'm not comparing Bold. I'm trying to not to compare. I am comparing, but I'm trying not to compare Doorman to Bold and Beautiful. Let's talk about Bold and Beautiful. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Ridge isn't a great character, regardless. Ridge has sexually assaulted 2 characters on that show. He tried to sexually assault Caroline, I think it was in 1988 or something, and then he sexually assaulted Brooke in 2006. So he's not a great character already, and he's kind of especially in the start of the show, Ridge is probably at his worst when he's at the start of the show because he's having affairs with other people. Like, he's sleeping with other people. I think he had that thing with Margot or something. I can't remember. He had that thing going on while he was together with Caroline. I think he was sleeping with other women too. So Ridge is a bit of a pervert. And I think he's a terrible person. Like, he uses, Brooke and Taylor, even though Brooke's using everybody on the planet, usually, or everybody on that show. He's worse than Liam, I think, in a lot of ways. He's also very annoying. And he is just a horrible person. Like, he's always having fights with a lot of characters. I think he's had the most amount of fights on this show. Like, when you think about it, Deacon, Bill, Eric, I'm sure he's had fights with Eric. Thorne, definitely Thorne. I've seen them punch fight, blood one another. Nick, Connor. I'm sure there's other characters. Like, there's a whole list of characters he's attacked. Rick. The list goes on. Clark. Ridge is not a character. And when he was together with Taylor, he was technically being all weird and all that around Brooke. Like, oh yeah, that's not cheating. You're flirting with her. That is cheating. I'm sorry, but when you flirt with people, that's cheating. I feel like when Liam does it, it doesn't come off bad, but he cheats more, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, Ridge isn't a great character. Ridge also lies a lot of the time, and he can never get over his mum. I feel like he's also to blame. It's not just Stephanie. I know she's very controlling of Ridge, but Ridge can stand up for himself. He can stand up for his mum. He has tried to stand up for his mum quite a few times, actually. But, you know, Ridge, yeah. I spoke too soon when I said Ridge is probably the most likable in this season because, you know, now he's the most unlikable at the moment. Even more than bloody Thorne is. I don't know as unlikable as Brooke. I think they're on the same path at the moment. Yeah. In the season 13. Ridge at the moment is so far not great either. At the moment, I think Ridge is very annoying. He's always which is good. He's standing up for Steffi. It's good to stand up to, but he doesn't know how to stand up for the right reasons, which is annoying. Like, you know, I'm on Brooke's side with that whole Steffi conversation, and I don't even like Brooke, and I'm so on her side. I agree with her 100%. Like, you know, Hope doesn't have to make a big commitment out of things. You don't need to marry people straight away, and this is the problem with this show. I know it's a soap opera. Everyone likes to marry each other on this show, but, like, you don't force people to marry. Like, if they don't feel comfortable. She's obviously still wants to be in a relationship, and then Thomas breaks it up because Steffi forced him to, which I agree with Brooke. I think, you know, and then Ridge being an idiot, like, oh, yeah, it's the way it is. She did this. She's been selfish. Like, Ridge, get a grip. Seriously? You would have done the exact same thing. You're just as much like Hope. Ridge is so much like Hope in a lot of sense because Ridge couldn't accept Brooke's proposal, and there's been times where he couldn't accept Taylor's proposal, so, you know, he's just much like Hope in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's really annoying. But we're not going to talk about that conversation. Anyway, yeah, so, and he cheats on people. So, yeah, Ridge isn't a great character. No, not a great character at all. Okay. Liam. Liam started off quite the opposite to bloody Ridge. Ridge started off as a very idiotic, annoying character in the start. Liam started off as an alright character. He wasn't actually a bad character in the start. And, you know, just like, you know, in the show, they got to make the characters annoying. It's a weird too, because Wyatt also went the opposite way but the opposite to Liam. He went from annoying to the best character to where Liam went from alright to the worst character on the show, which is very weird. I love how they pull that off again. It's like Brooke being the worst to the best now. So, but yeah, Liam isn't great. Liam cheats on people. He's probably worse than Ridge because at least Ridge stops after he's been in a relationship. It's usually when people are dead. Like Taylor's died twice and then he gets back together with Brooke every time she dies. But with Liam, he just hops around. Liam is pretty much the new Brooke. Liam has slept with just about everybody. Too. Because I'm surprised he hasn't slept with Brooke yet. I'm actually very surprised. Or Taylor. Did he sleep with Taylor? I can't remember. I don't think he did. No, he didn't. I'm just imagining things. But he has slept, like, you know, wasn't there a thing when he was with Allie? There was, not Allie, Ivy. There was one other girl. I forget her name. Okay, he hasn't slept with many people, but he has slept. Has he? He's bounced around with, you know, Steffi and Hope so many times. It's hard to count. Like, Hope has been married on that show for about. She's been married to Liam about 4 times, and I think Steffi's been married to Liam like 3 times. I think. But yeah, it's not a great show. It's an awful show. Liam is very annoying though, like very annoying. He is upright pretty horrible. I actually think Liam is better than Ridge when I'm thinking about it in my head, because Ridge is really bad character. Liam is not great, but like when you think about all the stuff like Ridge has done, it's like he makes Liam look good as a character. Even though Liam bounces or hops from Steffi to Hope all the time, it's like, she's 1 minute he's with Hope, next minute he's with Liam, next minute he's with Hope, next minute he's with Liam, oh not Liam, Steffi. It's like they keep bouncing around, and then next minute I think he's gonna get back together with Hope, but then he cheated on Steffi twice while she was with Finn. I don't think Steffi's a great character either. She's very annoying too. They're all really annoying. Yeah, Liam's also attacked other people. Like, again, he's attacked Wyatt, he's attacked Bill, he's attacked, I don't think he's attacked Deacon, but he's attacked, like, Thomas. Has he attacked Finn? I know he's, like, I think he has attacked Finn, but he hasn't, like, physically attacked him. He's more yelled at him. Yeah, Liam, and he doesn't take accountability for what he's done. It's kind of similar to Ridge. So, who is worse, Ridge or Liam? And I think Ridge is the winner by a long shot. I think Ridge is by far the worst. Because when you think about it, Liam hasn't done very much. And, besides hopping from Hope to Steffi, or had that, he cheated on Steffi with, I think he slept with Sally one time too. I forgot about that too. He slept with Sally. So he has cheated on other women. But yeah, I'm waiting for a Brooke and Liam thing. I hope that doesn't happen. It will though. Surely down the track it will happen. Yeah, that's all I got to say about this podcast. Yeah, terrible characters. And that stupid scene, I still don't get over it. Like, when Ridge attacked Morgan. I'm not getting over that. And then, bloody, like, he's like, what did I ever do to you? Like, what are you doing right now, bitch? Like, maybe look at what you're doing before you say dumb shit like that. Like, yeah, it's like watching a doorman video. They do stuff and then they say, oh yeah, but I haven't done anything. And like, what are you doing? But anyway, thank you for this video. I love you guys. Bye!